Oh, joy of joys, The Acolyte, episode 3 has happened. And I actually had to watch the damn thing twice. Okay, so the whole episode is a flashback to literally discuss shit that we already learned in the first two episodes. So it starts off on the planet Who Gives a Damn, where the twins, Meg and Osha, are, I don't know, playing in the Forbidden West, whatever, and Osha's writing in her little book, and Meg's like, "Why do you have secrets from me?" And it's like, first off, in this episode, Meg acts way more like a psychotically obsessed lover than a sister. I will elaborate as this goes on. And she's like, "Well, we're sisters, but that means I can also have some shit for myself." And then she's like, "I don't want to do the ascension." And then, well, we have to do it. We're supposed to be witches. And then she says, "I don't want to be a witch." And basically, May goes, "Of course you do." And then lesbian mom number one, the horn bitch, she's like, "You will be punished for this." And immediately, when they get back to this town or this fortress or this whatever the hell it is, this fortress like carved out of the mountain, by the way, all female society. So how the fuck did they build that? Have you seen women build shit? It's horrible. Anyway, so they immediately get back. They want sweet treats. Lesbian Mom 2 says no. Lesbian Mom says, yeah, fuck it, whatever. Completely cutting the balls off of Lesbian Mom 1. I don't know. She has, the one lesbian mom has horns, but the other one's black. So I guess that's higher on the oppression Olympics. And then they get told about the ceremony tonight. And then then we go into a demonstration of not the force, but the thread, whatever the hell that is. Now the force has gone from an energy field to midi-chlorians to now it's just this thing that you can pluck out of the sky. I don't know. At this point, I don't care. Then they say, well, you can't use it for attack despite them using it for attack. Then we zip on ahead to the cringiest scene in the whole episode, where they're chanting, "The power of one, the power of two, the power of many." And I was actually more on key than these bitches were. Okay, they could have gotten any high school girls' choir, and it would have sounded better. So, May gets the fucking maze tattoo on her forehead. Osha's about to, but then the Jedi step in and say, you can't be force training children because that's our job. And then they say, well, we're not in the Republic. And again, tensions kind of rise. And then the head witch, whatever, says uses the thread to attack a Jedi, says I'll destroy his mind. But Osha comes up and says, well, I really would like to be tested. And then they say, okay, fine, girls, we'll let them test you. And then they, of course, tell them to lie on the test. But May really does want to, or Osha really does want to join the Jedi. She's like, I don't want to spend the rest of my life hanging out with a bunch of lesbians in a rock fortress in the middle of nowhere. I'd like to see the galaxy. Needless to say, May fails, Osha passes. And Osha tells her mom, hey, I don't want to be a witch. I basically want to be a Jedi, which causes May to have a psychotic break from reality. And then we're getting to the end of the episode, so May's packing her, or Osha's packing her. These characters are so fucking terrible, I can't keep them straight. Osha's packing her shit up, and May says, you can't leave, I'm not going to let you. And she's like, well, you can't stop me. And then we go to, well, I'm going to kill you then. What? You go from, we're going to be witches forever, to, if you don't agree with this lifestyle choice, then I'm going to kill you. So somehow May locks Osha in a room and starts a fire that engulfs the entire base like it was soaked in gasoline, even though everything is made out of stone. Last I checked, stone doesn't burn all that well. But you know goddamn well at some point the Jedi will be responsible for massacring the witches. You know this. You could see this twist coming. If that isn't the response, and May really was the one and this fire was legit, I will be gobsmacked. So, Master, whoever the Asian guy, comes in, saves May, but doesn't use his force power, or saves Osha, but doesn't use his force powers to save May, so they think she's dead. And they leave, blah, 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 blah. My God, this was horrible. I mean, how do you fuck up lesbian witches in space? I mean, and apparently also this thread bullshit can also give the ladies orgasms. It was horrible. It was lore breaking. It was, horrible. Plus, you don't know why the witches are persecuted. Is it because they're witches, or is it because they're fucking lesbians or something? Also, how did this society happen without any men? Oh, right. That's because they make the whole Immaculate Conception thing of Anakin Skywalker no big deal, because a couple hundred years before Anakin was born, hell, lesbian space witches were just popping out babies left and right. So, yeah, I am curious to see just how bad this series gets before it's over, but right now, that choir scene is literally the cringiest thing I think I've ever fucking seen in anything Disney Star Wars. Alright, that wraps up this one.